Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Stories: The Path of Destinies. We left off here on a little bit of a weird spot last time, but let's see if we can go back to the chapter we were on. We were going to help our bunny friend, whose name I think is Lino, to kidnap the evil king's daughter, who is also the general of his armies. But if that wasn't complicated enough, we used to date, or we were close, as our character, who is a Ronaldo. It's kind of complicated. Sorry for the jarring cut again, guys. The load times for this game are really, really long, so I'm trying to cut down on how much time we're just kind of sitting here. But everything's loaded up, and let's get into it.
I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Yeah, Zenobia is the name of our ex-girlfriend that we're gonna kidnap here to get answers from. Some more war. I wonder if we have enough to make a new weapon, or if we even should make a new weapon. Actually, stuff this. Investigate this. The dead birds, the raven army, and the bunnies, I guess. Everybody we've run into, except for ravens, have all been rabbits, which is interesting. I don't know if that means anything, but the main population, though.
Hero wall. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice cube.
Okay, so it does seem like we're gonna have to make a new sword here soon to open up this, because I want that chest. There. Perfect. Last episode we did some new abilities. We have this really handy dash, which doesn't seem to do any damage when you dash into enemies, but it is really nice for getting around.
That's my order, thought Renato. He was such a wit.
Okay, I kind of regret doing it that way. I was hoping it would change. That's how I wanted it to go the whole way. Let's just ignore the fact that I lost almost all of my health jumping in there like that. It was supposed to be like that.
Hey, how do you tell if someone's far away or just really small?
There's our friend Lino, I think. And I can't remember what his name is. I know it's not Lino. It's something really close to that. And we've seen these panels a few times, and I don't know what they do, but it's weird that they keep occurring up. Let's see if we can jump
So,
over.
what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino.
Lupino.
And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
That sounds absolutely ridiculous and crazy, so let's do it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lupino as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
I have no doubt that his plan will not work in any fashion, but
If I craft a sword now, it's gonna be really short.
so I need to make an ice sword. I bet this void blade gets those doors open. I don't have enough wind essence. I don't have enough water essence for this. Ooh, these have special abilities. Does my sword have a special ability? also allows to heal itself. Definitely want to upgrade that as soon as possible. And make gem socketing. This is the gem socketing menu. Here you can equip powerful gems that will augment both your offensive and defensive capability. Oh look, it's my infinity gauntlet. Your gauntlet has 3 sockets into which you can put gems. Select one of these sockets to see. Okay, so I don't have any gems. Shocking. Oh, maybe I do have some. Each gem has 3 levels, and its effect increases with each level. Picking up a gem you already have will automatically upgrade that gem's level. That's handy. You can find gems in the chests scattered throughout Boreas, if you're lucky enough. Okay. So I don't have any. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out for some gems and some ore to upgrade our sword.
When Renato went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
Did I get a skill point? Attack immediately when the previous attack hits to land a perfect strike. Bonus damage and double combo points. Slow down time after a successful counter until your next action. Take a breather and plan your next move. I like that. Countering an attack now causes damage. Increase health, run faster. I like it. We seem to be hurt a lot, so
Cool.
let's take this.
Wish I could do that.
Increase our health a little bit. We're not so squishy. Although the countering thing would be really nice. A little bit of getting used to, but it still feels really good. Combat is not as it could be. It sort of reminds me of the Arkham games, the Batman series, where you can fight and then counter and then start fighting the guy that you counter. It's very similar in a combat aspect as that game. It's just not as smooth.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Peppino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat.
Oh, we don't get to see that.
Renato, she said, are those new scars? They look good on you. You never return my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two, said Latino. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east over the Nexus.
So
She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapina was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land at their feet. Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost, yelled Apino. You have to catch her.
Okay, so, okay, all right. It seems like maybe there's still some feelings there. You know, we kind of had a bit of that play fighting, flirting thing going on. She complimented our scars, or said we looked good with them, so maybe we can kind of explore that later. Or she could just be manipulating us into thinking she still cares. If she ever cared at all, we don't know. But we're gonna chase her.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase.
Okay, I don't have any points. Okay. Towards my ship. Chase after Zenobia. Oh, it's just automatic, alright.
This thing really needed a roof.
Okay. I can break these, but they haven't given me anything. Oh, never mind. I will take that. Awesome. Some health is really kind of... I'm still feel really squishy. Anything over here?
Who needed bridges anyway?
I'm trying to remember what the key for my hook was. This is for the ice sword, and I don't have an ice sword. So I must be able to go back to the zones I've already been in. Because there's a couple we've seen some void doors, we've seen those ice doors, but we haven't had anywhere near enough chance to get the resources to be able to make those things.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato.
Okay, so I can hit that from really far away, so I don't have to try to move some things. The keys are really weird. Alt for a key is really bizarre. I might map that out to something different later, but I would do that off camera. I won't make you guys sit and watch me mess around in the options. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. I think I was gonna fall off there for a second. We do have the right sword for this one. It's the hero sword. Ooh, I haven't seen that enemy yet. What's going on? Avoid the warlock's fire spell. It will damage everyone in the area once it's done. Oh, nice. Feel like Ciri from The Witcher. That's what that color while I dash reminds me of. I'm getting a bit too gung-ho with the dash. It would be really nice if when you dash it actually did like a tackle or something, so it stunned them if you dashed into them, or did a little bit of damage. That might be a perk we get later. But what I was saying before was it's really nice to see that the AoE that the warlock causes actually hurts. It's just actually hurts their allies. It's a really interesting that they would kind of go with that as opposed to not having it hurt their enemies at all. Where am I supposed to go? Not a thing for me. Oh! Okay, it's a teleporter. Alright, so if we see those lit up, then we can teleport off of them.
He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What they'd do to her. Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're trying to justify it a little bit. Maybe help heal that we're feeling. It says, oh, the Imperials have done worse things to my friends, so it'd be okay if I hurt someone else. It's So I can upgrade this, or I could save for some of these swords. I don't even have enough water essence. I think I will upgrade this. Shift to activate magic swords. Swords consume energy while activated. Mouse wheel to switch swords. Okay, that's cool that I don't have to come back here to switch swords. Once I get a second one, I can just choose between them. So, that looks pretty cool. Sword at maximum, whatever. Okay, so its sword power is the healing thing. So it's just, I have to hold it. Oh man, that's such a weird choice. Now we can pick up health and energy. Using my hero power, I've got maximum health, so there's no reason to use it. Ow. Yeah, I keep hitting right click to try to counter. The right click to counter feels like it should be intuitive. Oh no. Get rid of the warlock here. I don't want to find out how much damage it deals with fire. I'd really rather not find out. Oh, I got there.
Bernardo reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again, he said, please. You're enjoying this a little too much. She said, shaken. Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you? Said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Bernardo about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of
Her
Zenobia.
expression. She looks
And that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebel secret base.
Oh, I sense
Bernardo
their chin.
didn't like to
Their
think about
choice
what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
Okay. So we could take her to the interrogators, and they'll probably really hurt her, and she might not even survive. But they'll certainly get all the information that we require out of her. Or we could take her somewhere a little bit more intimate and interrogate Zenobia ourselves. That might show her that we're kind of weak, and that any threats that we sort of wield against her, she doesn't have to take too seriously. But maybe if we take her and don't have her go to the interrogators, maybe she could become an ally. She could see that, hey, we care about her, and we can sort of sway her to our side. And I kind of want to see where the relationship between Zenobia and Ronaldo goes. So let's take her here.
As they pulled away from the Nexus, Bernardo could see the fear in Zenobia's eyes. I can't take her to those creatures at the base, he whispered to Lapino. Ah, you've gone soft. Soft in the head. We captured her for what she knows. I'll take her to the mountains. Tell all the horrible things the Emperor's done. Yeah, believe me, she'll turn. And he turned the wheel. The hell you will, shouted Lapino, and he grabbed the wheel back from him. The two of them wrestled for control of the ship.
Friend to try to
Shot off like a mad sparrow. Suddenly, Ronaldo was falling.
Okay, well, that didn't work out so well.